All right. I want to open by first saying that a new idea is delicate. Okay. A new idea is delicate. Okay. It can be killed by a sneer, a yarn. It could be stabbed to death by a quip or even worried by a frown, depending upon the brow that you look at it from. I want you to hear me and hear me well. The third way to actually find your creativity is to develop a creative environment. Okay, I want you to write that down. The third way that you can find your creativity is actually to develop a creative environment. I want to say this, and I want you to hear me forthrightly. Be very careful of the environments you go around. Be very careful of the people you put around you, and be very careful of what you allow to go in and out of your spirit or in your ear gate. Okay, negative environments kill great ideas. All right, Negative environments kill great ideas. An actual creative environment, to me, is like a greenhouse where ideas get seeded. They sprout out and they flourish. Okay, let me give it to you again. A creative environment is like a greenhouse where your ideas get seeded. All right, seeded. That means that you're putting your seeds where they need to be. They grab hold to the root, and then they flourish. So, a creative environment, number one, here it is, encourages and openly rewards creativity. It encourages and it actually openly rewards creativity. I believe in everything that you should do. You should be around people that want to help you grow and people that want to help you soar. You must be around people that want to help you soar in this season. You must be around people that want to see the best for you and have the intangibles to want to see you at your very best at what it is that you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and where you're trying to grow. All right. So you want to make sure that in your creative environment that's what's going on. The second thing that I want to say is that a creative environment places a high value on trust. Okay, on trust. And I talked a little bit about that yesterday as it relates to trust. You got to be able to trust the people that you are in communion with. You got to be able to trust the people who you share your ideas with. You have to be very careful of those that's walking or handling your vision in which God has given for you to do or to place mark in the earth. So you got to place a high level of trust amongst them people. And hear me, also not just as a team or a ministry, but also individually, because creativity always risk failure. You have to understand, sometimes your idea may not work for that season or in that particular house or in that particular dispensation in which you're working. One of the things that I'm learning, she said, repeat the first one, encourages and openly rewards creativity. That's number one, to encourage and openly reward creativity. When you run the risk that if you do something, that it just may fall out. It just may fall. It may actually, it may blow up in your face. A lot of times, and I'll be honest with you, I'm very good at ideas. I'm very good, I think, on the outside of the box. And I have people that would tell me that's not going to work. You shouldn't put too much responsibility into this hand or put it into that hand, because I'm telling you, it's not going to work out. And can I tell you, I hate I told you so, but just about every time I said a certain thing that I really thought was a certain thing, can I tell you something? It was true. It blew up in my face. But hear me, but there's a lot of times whereas I bet on black and it worked. Are you following me? So you always run the risk of failure. You always 50-50 chance that this may not work. I tell you, probability is something. I'll never forget the very first science project that I did. I thought I was creative with it because no one had ever done it in the school. I took a coin, and there is heads and there is tails. I don't care if you look at a quarter, nickel, dime, penny, bow dollar. You got to be old school, no bow dollar, a 50-cent piece, all right? And on the coin, you have a heads and you have a tails. And I'm going to tell you, I did a project And here, 50% is heads, 50% is tails. I got 5 students to flip that coin 100 times and tally how many times. And hear me, can I tell you, out of 100 times, each person either got, hear me, they either got 60%, 40%, 50, 55%, 45%, either heads or tails, simply because creativity always runs the risk of failure. You never know exactly what's going to happen until you put it out there. One of my favorite movies, and if I got any men on here, I know sisters may not know this movie, but the brothers, we know this movie. It's called Any Given Sunday. And Al Pacino said it best. He said, on any given Sunday, you either win or you're going to lose, but it's all on how you play the game. And every time you step on a field, every time you step on a court, whatever sport you're playing, you always run the risk where you could actually get hurt or injured. So you must understand that you got to put a high place and a high value of trust amongst your team, amongst your individuals that you work with, because you never know exactly what sphere we're going to come from. Okay. The next thing, in creating that actual environment or that creative environment, it actually will embrace and celebrate those that are actually creative. You must begin to embrace your creativity. You must have people around you that embrace that very thing that you believe in. It's nothing like having a team that believes in you. It's nothing like having a team that's going to rock with you, that wants to soar with you, that want to continue to grow with you. It's creative, and I'm gonna help you with something. When you get around good people that have a mind to think on the other side of the box, people that challenge you, it makes you go more in depth, amen, to make you want to be better every single day. Did y'all hear me? You want to get better every single day. And I'm gonna tell you, when you have creative minds around you, people that really are moving in the place of progression, it helps you get better. I'm gonna tell you, you never know some of them scriptures that you learned when you was a child until you actually are in some deep water or some deep terrain. And you must embrace and celebrate those who are creative. I love working with brilliant minds. One of the greatest things about being on the John Maxwell team and working with so many wonderful individuals and being part of the seminary wing and being part of a lot of things that I'm now being able to be graced to do and work close with John and some of the executive mentorship people and stuff like that, is the fact that walking in the room, as much as I knew nothing when I got in that room. And sometimes you got to know how to be a sponge. Sometimes you got to know how to absorb everything you know. Even if you know that thing, you can learn something from that individual who's teaching or facilitating to help you want to get that very thing done. I'm telling you now, you must be around people that know how to embrace and celebrate people that are creative. I'm telling you, I have the opportunity to work with Kingdom Leadership Coaching. In our fan page, we got over 1,500 people. I mentor over 200 some odd people. I have different teams and spheres and different parts and facets of my business, as well as in the JMT. Even now in our fully accredited seminary school, just the people that are working with me, my accountability partners, you all heard me talk about them before, is that we embrace and we celebrate people that are creative. We believe in that. We believe in making sure that we pay homage and homage and honor to that one that wants to grow and learn. Hear me, everything cannot always be tied into a currency. It has to be tied into a mental mindset to help you want to grow and build on that, okay? So number one, you should be able to encourage and openly reward creativity. Number two, you should place a high value of trust amongst your team members, your individuals, and have some individuality, because creativity always takes a fear of risk. Number three, you should embrace and celebrate those that are actually creative. Here's number four. I pray that you receive it. You have to focus on innovation. You must focus on innovation, not just invention. You have to focus on innovation, not just invention. Creative people say this. Creative people say this. They say, give me a good idea and I'll give you a better idea. Would y'all write that down? Let me give it to you again. Give me a good idea and I'm going to give you a better idea. Amen. Y'all can take that and y'all can run with that. Y'all can rock that bad boy and make it happen. I want to speak prophetically into everyone that's listening to me right now. You're getting ready to take your mind to a better mindset and a different place where you will grow. You shall grow, and you shall grow quickly. You shall grow quickly in what it is that you're getting ready to do. All right? So give me a good idea, and I'll show you and give you a better idea. All right? Here's my next one here. When you have a creative environment, hear me, you will place high value on options, which brings opportunity. You will place high value on options, which will bring a greater level of opportunity and creativity. I believe in making sure that when I have a plan, that I know how to go to the north, south, east, and west. I think on the other side of the spear. Because I'm a very analytical person, I think things through. I process things through very, very, very intently. Now watch this here. You can process some things and get the wrong conclusion too. So you got to be very careful of that. Sometimes you just got to know exactly how to place the high value on options, and you got to make sure that whatever you're bringing to the table, that you have a better opportunity to make yourself better each and every single day. Okay. To be in a creative environment, to be in a creative environment, you have to be willing to let people go outside the lines and challenge the boundaries. Can I say that to you again? You got to be willing to let people go outside. Hello, somebody. To go outside the lines and challenge the boundaries. I love people that are around me now, and I'm getting better at it every single day. I love when people on the outside of the spear know how to challenge some things. Think on the outside of the box. When you go on the other side of the comma, that is the unknown. That is the part that's not safe. A lot of people that work with me in business, a lot of people that work with me ministerial wise, people that work with me in my personal sphere, they understand something. I am a person that will challenge you. They know I'm a person that says, okay, now let's think beyond this dimension. Let's go above that. Let's see how can we make it better. Every time that there is something that I am to do, something that I am to do from an Episcopal standpoint, an apostolic standpoint, any workshop facility that I do, I always want to make sure that I make it better than I did before. I'm a very stern, key person that believes that doing it once and you think it's so great, you wasn't that great. You got to keep doing it until you perfect it and perfect it till you just say, I can't get no better. And guess what? When you say that, you say then, I can redo this. I'm always hitting a reset button because I'm believing that my team, the spirit that works with me, those who really have a facet that really want to grow, they'll tell you we always go outside the lines and we always are challenging boundaries. The worst thing you can hear is no. The worst thing that you can hear is say, I'm not interested. The worst thing that you can hear is, I don't touch that. And in that, I don't worry about the 1,000 no's. I worry about the one yes. And some of you that's listening to me right now, you need to get focused on the yes and don't focus on the no. All right? The next thing I want to give you is in a creative environment, it appreciates the power and it actually promotes the freedom of the team. Every one of you that's listening to me, I want you to hear me right now. God is going to give you the promotion and the freedom to build whatever it is that you need to build. You are getting ready to move into this place, and the more creativity that you have, the more friendlier that your environments will be. And you got to have the potential to always want to become creative. Everything that you do, you got to want to make sure that you're creative, okay? You got to want to make sure that you're creative. Let me give you this last principle, and then after that, we're going to be done for the day. All right? Great discoveries and achievements. Great discoveries and achievements involve the cooperation of many minds. Okay? So here's number 4. Here's principle number 4. If you're going to find your creativity, you got to spend time with other creative people. If you're going to spend time, if you're going to find a way to create, you got to make sure that you're spending time, hear me, with other creative people. I said it the other day, and I want to say it to you all right now. Creativity is contagious. I'm telling you. Self-empowerment is contagious. Being a people's person, amen, and a person that really loves to smile and have greatness about themselves is contagious. I notice, especially when I deal with good people that got great minds, I love brainstorming with people. A lot of people love to sit down and talk with me. A lot of people that I work with across this country, the greatest thing that we do is sitting down having great conversation and dialogue. With the 200 plus people that I mentor, one of the greatest things that they always say when they get their evaluation sheet after every session, they always say this. They say just sitting down, conversing, not feeling like I'm being hollered at all the time. And all of that, it makes them feel better. And hear me, we brainstorm.